guys, reading time. This is going to be a no contact reading. It's funny, I've had 3 things in my house today run out of battery, and it's making me feel this is a divine collective because it's a message in itself. I always say true divines, you're like each other's energy recharge. So when it's been a long period of no contact, or there's a lack of that intimacy or that companionship, you guys really start to run low. And I feel that this person, even this collective, it's like without you knowing, you're kind of hitting that breaking point with emotion. So you could really be questioning a lot right now, or there could be a sense of urgency to reach out to this person. It's like your batteries are calling one another right now. So let's get into it. I first just want to see main collective, your focus, your energy. Oh, 2 straight away. Okay, right person, wrong time. So there's definitely unexpected, caught off guard, knock knock. Maybe this energy has hit you out of nowhere, especially if you've been doing all right. If your energy's running low here, I love you. So there's still love for this person. The right collective, you clearly understand to have right person, wrong time. You know there's some things that need to be overcome emotionally. Maybe you're really reflecting on the past and when you guys did come into sync with one another, that it really was never the right time. It wouldn't have flourished even if you tried to make this work at the point of first coming into alignment. I think this right collective, it's like you have a realistic approach when it comes to your thought pattern right now. It's not that you're angry at this person. It's not that you're frustrated. You've got I love you, but you're going over maybe details that you haven't really reflected on in the past. Again, first card, right person, wrong time. You understand why there's distance here at the moment. Reunion, that you do have reunion on your mind. I just feel this collective, it's like your energies are calling to one another right now, if you know it or not. I want one more for reunion. There's that no contact. Maybe this has been the longest point since you've heard from this wounded feminine. So, you know, on an emotional level, this person lacks vulnerability. You could be even questioning your lack of vulnerability here, especially if you've chosen to stay in silence. You have confusion over this reunion. Age gap, that could also add to right person, wrong time. If you guys do have a large age gap and this person maybe doesn't have the same amount of life experience, love experience as you, I think the right collective, you have focused on your patience and just tried to focus on yourself. But right now, like I said, I think there's a deeper reflection going on than usual. It's weird because I don't think you've got confusion here over reunion. So even though you've got right person, wrong time, I don't if it's more even a confusion about if you are going to have a reunion. You clearly know there's emotional blocks here. Maybe for so long you've always had belief that this person was going to re-enter, but you've got static in the brain right now. Maybe you're not feeling yourself. I want one more for your top row. Yeah, you're trying to shift your focus. And like I said, it's a different kind of reflection happening. You do have a focus on this, but you're reevaluating everything. I think you're trying to distract yourself from your emotion. which makes me feel you've been on this journey for a while. I'm not seeing like the sleepless nights and the pacing and the crying and the overwhelm. I'm just seeing someone really sifting through certain emotions that you've had internally and certain memories that have been forgotten. So it's not like, it's not smelling like this is something recent. It's I think you've had a few cycles with this person. You're dealing with this emotion differently than how you would usually deal with this emotion. Right person, wrong time. Yeah, there's always a little bit of a burn in you. This says constant burn, and I literally just said I don't think you're dealing with it like someone that's just separated with someone. Do I think they're always a flame? There's always a little bit of a seed of a thought of them. Yeah, I do for this collective, but again, it doesn't overwhelm you to a state of despair and anxiety. Maybe as well, especially with this confusion, it's more like, when is this flame going to start to die down? Still an intensity. So you are reflecting not just on a reunion, but your past connection. And that's what I was feeling before. Unexpected. Okay, so it's hit you out of nowhere. There's emotion overflowing right now, but maybe you're writing it down. Maybe you've really learned to, when this comes over you, to get a pen and paper and relay your message on paper. I always say that is it's a very good thing to do, especially mentally. So you've got something to reflect on. So the next time this confusion, this overwhelm comes and you rewrite it, you've got a bridge. You can turn back and see, you know what, I am dealing with it differently. I am seeing this a little bit differently. When we don't write it down, when you have a trigger, it's like you fail to remember how it felt last time or the time before that. But when you're writing it down and you can reflect, you see how your emotion evolves. You see how when you evaluate the situation, it starts to become different. I always say, especially on a transformative healing journey, you need periodic moments of assessment, and that's the best way to assess. To reflect back on how you felt, let it be a month ago or 2 months ago when the intensity came over you. And as well, you could be wanting to write a book, or you could be in the process of writing a book, or maybe you've already published a book as well. But again, there's deep reflection right now. And like I said before, because I'm seeing two people's batteries running low, I do think maybe for the first time in a long time, you've maybe questioned, should I express myself? But I think the right collective, you're sitting in the emotion, you're not acting on impulse, you're letting the emotion soothe, which is beautiful, especially if you have been trying to heal your chasing energy. I love you. Okay, so maybe that's what helps you as well. As I said, soothe your chasing energy. When you reflect on I love you, you are being realistic. You know you've been abandoned, or you've definitely felt abandoned here. So that's probably another reason you pull yourself up and you stop yourself from reaching out, because you reflect, it's not me that's abandoned this person. This was inflicted on me. I need to work on myself and my self-love. So you're not falling short to that impulse. Beautiful. And again, the temptation, you're not falling short to the temptation. Tick. And this is what also makes me feel you've been on this journey for a while. A lot of people in the start of their heartbreak, even a few months in, even sometimes a year in, even though it's you that unfortunately the pain's been inflicted on, you guys can act on impulse, and that's where that chasing energy comes in. But this collective, no matter how much you're tempted, you're putting yourself first, and that's beautiful. Be proud of yourself. Twinnies, your attachment styles, you're reflecting on your attachment style. Okay, reunion, confusion, wounded feminine, and age gap. Okay, So maybe you think this person has a bit of denial, and maybe sometimes you question yourself, am I just in denial? Am I just connected to this person because of trauma? Am I delusional, thinking this reunion will take place? They've deceived me, they've betrayed me, they've lied to me. You definitely have static right now. I think you both do, and I am going to tap into them. I think you both are very confused with how to approach or what to do next when it comes to this. Distractions, reevaluating, attention, focus. There's that no contact again. So this has been hard for this collective, this no contact. I think you've gone through a couple periods of no contact with this person. I actually want to get a dice. Let's see. Let's get specific. You know me, I like to get specific. How long has it been? I got a large dice as well, so there's a lot of numbers on here. I think it goes up to 20. Okay, so we've got, it could have been the 19th of the 3rd of last year. I'm just seeing a few numbers here. I'm going to say the numbers I'm hearing. So that could be a specific date to tie you to this person. Okay, it could be 19, could be weeks. I don't think it's any earlier than that, because like I said, one of the main messages are this could be a very long period of no contact here. We've got 16, and then you've also got 6 and 9 here. So they're important numbers. Let it be weeks or months, and even 3. And I'm not gonna lie, especially some divines, sometimes you have that sporadic communication, but sometimes you don't get communication until this person re-enters, and it can go 3, 4, 5 years. So that 3, I'm seeing for some of you, it could be years. Or 17th of the 7th, I just looked at as well. So 17th of July last year. Don't make those, we gave a few numbers. Okay, readings like this, I always say don't make readings fit. But this no contact is playing heavy on your mind. You're trying to switch your focus, but again, it's one of the main things I was hearing for the Bright Collective. I just think the biggest thing is there is a bit of lost hope here. I just want to get one more for you guys. Yeah, you get hot and cold. Fear. And I heard that before. You're in fear. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get these to confirm what you're going through. Then we're going to tap into this person, their feelings right now. And even let's see if there's some intentions, and we'll see if through their part, if there's some movement coming in. Then we're going to get a universal. I always, when I see fear or smell fear, I like to get these 20 cards just from the universe to let you know what you should focus on, what you should release. And if there is movement on their part, I will get tarot and see what's coming next. Okay. Okay, so let's just get one more deck for you guys and really break this down. All right, universal message. What are you guys going through right now? Oh. The universe is saying trust us. Trust in divine timing. And I think this collective is, like I said, another main detail here is I don't feel this is fresh. I think you've come and gone. You've ridden the wave of emotion, but it's coming over you again. But the universe is saying just allow, trust us, trust in divine timing. There's a soul spark coming over you right now, but you both have a binding force connected to you. Okay. I just think there's a big energy shift going on with you guys right now, and you might not be aware of it, or you might be. You could be a dancer and, oh, you got the wheel. Or maybe as well, it's time. Go put some music on and have a dance. I think music can really just readjust our emotions, especially when it's uplifting music. Maybe you need to put some music on, have a dance, clean your place, just try and clear out your thought pattern. Your first two cards are universal. I don't even think this, I think this is coming from up above. They're saying trust your wheel right now. If your wheel's at play right now, again, main message, you both are hitting a real, your energies are really lacking right now. So we just need some positivity around you. But fate, trust in fate, cycles, karma, forces of the universe are at play, destiny, synchronicities, getting what you deserve. Right now it's out of your hands. One thing, this is coming to my mind, I'm going to say it, for my divines that do get the sporadic communication, you guys get a few opportunities to see yourself and your self-value and worth, right? And we always talk about divines, you get stuck on a layer, especially through separation. And until those layers are broken, unfortunately, the universe is always intervening with divines. It's not like karmics. They can't be manipulated back in your life with 100 phone calls or a gazillion texts. You really just have to trust the process, focus on you, focus on finding your divine being, your sovereignty, right? So there's a reason this is coming to my mind, but for the divines that have had sporadic communication, and that's another thing with divines, you really work in cycles. So maybe at the start it's, you know, you hear from them the first 3 months, and then it'll go to the 6 months, and then the communication in between gets longer apart, because unfortunately the universe, because energy doesn't lie. They see that even through the abandonment, the pain, the way you were treated, you guys tend to really prioritize them over yourself, the unconditional love and empathy for their trauma, their wounded feminine, wounded masculine energy before yourself. It's very hard for you guys to put up boundaries. You end up being my collectives that are, hey, how you doing? Even though they've ripped your soul into pieces. The universe will only give you so many opportunities to break that layer. And unfortunately, if every time this person has come in, you failed to see your worth and what you deserve, once the universe sees that this isn't progressing you, it's actually the fires that this person is creating for you really can overwhelm you and throw you off track. And I always say true divine, especially communication that goes awry, and true divines, you guys, it takes a good couple months to simmer down from bad communication. And sometimes for you guys it really can. It can swallow you whole. It can throw you off your path. It affects whatever you're doing as your mission work, whatever it may be. It's kind of, you need to trust them and trust that them keeping you guys away from each other, especially through communication, because they can see, even if you have strength watching this and you're like, no, I see myself and boundaries and this and that, energy does not lie. And if you've had opportunities in the path to see your worth and put up boundaries and you haven't, you need to trust that they're keeping this at an arm's distance for a reason. And it's actually a blessing in disguise. If this has been one of your longest points without communication, it means there is a very pivotal shift. And you could actually be one of my collectives. Instead of craving for that message, you're now literally saying, do not let this person near me until they're ready to at least communicate on a deep level and come to the same page. Okay, you're more craving union, not just communication. So you need to trust that, especially if your last point of interaction, you put that ultimatum down or you put your emotion on the table and unfortunately you didn't get the response or the action forward that you had expected. I always say those moments you might not understand in the moment what puzzle piece is being put into place, but there's a reason this is coming to my mind for this collective. So you might not understand why it's been so long now. You might be questioning everything. You could be questioning your sanity, your denial to the situation. But your first, trust us. Like, that is the perfect pairing. Allow, trust for divine timing and your karmic wheel, the wheel of fortune. They've got a hold of this. They're protecting you as they're protecting this person. Okay. And I've never noticed this. I'm actually seeing all the astrology signs here. You could be an astrologist, or you could read birth charts, or maybe your intuition is wanting you to do, like you've been being pushed to do that. You could have just had your birth chart read. But you're starting to ground. You might not see it, or you might not feel it in this moment. But right now they're saying your enduring nature, it's starting to create stability, okay, and a sturdiness in your environment, if you know it or not. But they're also saying you're very secure right now, so you're really protected. So if you've been overwhelmed, let's take this person out of it, but let's say you've been overwhelmed about your home environment, family, finances, they're saying don't stress. You could also be picking up their energy with that, but they are saying here there's something about your willpower that needs to be focused on, and you can see it with this part. You have willpower stopping yourself from messaging this person, tick, but what other areas of your life do you need mental discipline? We talk about it all the time. Let's say, just example, daily routine, or cleaning your home, or let's say fitness routine, dietary changes, certain things that you consume that you know you shouldn't. How's your mental discipline going? How's your avoidance to things going? Because what we project out, we'll get in. So they're saying, yes, you're secure, you're stable, you're safe, but there is some things to do. Your mental discipline, your willpower that needs to be focused on, okay? So try, instead of focusing on this, focus on the other aspects in your life that you know you're not on top of. All right. 2nd of the 9th, 9th of the 2nd, 35, just as a number by itself. You could be 35. This person could be, you could live in number 35. This person could, you could have just spent $35 at the shops. Or time. Is there a 3 and a 5 as you're watching this reading in your time right now? Okay, so there is something sudden, unexpected. There's something that they're trying to get you to release, ripping off the band. Hold on, I want one more for that. Sun energy, something about your ego. There could be another masculine in your life as well, or it could even be this person, because this is about surprise, reckoning, ripping off the band-aid, a shock. Sudden, unexpected, but yes, exclamation point, energy, power, a climax. That's not in your energy right now, but this says divine masculine specifically. And we were just talking on let's take a person out of it. You're masculine. Remember, this journey is to balance your yin and yang. You're divine masculine as well. Divine masculine isn't just about action, it's about mental discipline, willpower as well. Okay. So there is something that you need to rip off the band-aid and face head on. But let's go to external, divine masculine energy. This is a card of victory, happiness, and warmth. My advice seeing this... Hold on, I want one more. They're saying, I'm just going to tell you what I'm hearing before I get another one so you can... You've got fear, so you're focusing a little bit doom and gloom, right? And not just that, in other aspects, because they said, no, you're safe. So there could be a bit of negativity in a lot of aspects in your life right now, if you know it or not. They're saying, why are you focusing on this? Trust, allowing divine timing, the wheels at play. We create our reality. Activated people, you know this more than anyone in the world, how important energy is, right? So they're saying, why are you focusing on this? Put a sun over this energy, okay? I just want one more we're hearing a few things for this row. One more for that. 31st of the 10th is 30 days in September, April, June, and 31st of October could be a important date or memory. One more. Scythe, Sun. I feel this is about to be illuminated. I'm going to be honest. Oh my gosh! You just got the balancing. Stop it. So that you got the moon and sun, feminine, divine feminine and masculine energy. So you do. You need to balance your yin and yang, confirmation with the deviation. But to trust your intuition sending you awry. Divine feminine, compassion over this emotion. But the balance of the feminine and masculine. Your intuition, romance, affection, sensuality, divine feminine. I can't believe you just got that. 31, 32. Breathe. Okay, one more for your top row. There's 132 cards in this, by the way, and you literally one after another, the sun and the moon. And I do need to say this. Side note. If you are someone that you know you need to balance your masculine energy, I know this sounds ridiculous. You need to stay in the day. Oh, we lost that part. And I was deviating about the sun and moon energy. And, you know, if you're someone, I was explaining that, far out, doesn't matter. I was explaining if you stay in the moonlight a lot, you're balancing your feminine energy. You see this with people that work, a lot of people that have night shifts and stuff, they need to balance their feminine energy. A lot of, you know, other people that work in the daylight, especially tradies, your person could be a tradie. I was saying scaffolding, roofing, carpentry, like builders, even landscapers, naturally drawn to the sun. But I was saying this collective, maybe you need to transition. If you spend a lot of time in the moonlight, the night light, you're a night owl, and they're wanting you to work on your masculine strength right now. Spend a good hour or two in the day outside, okay? And then you got the ship. So this is saying you're going places. And I said maybe you've got something planned, but adventure. And I was saying it's actually, I don't know if anyone else does this, but every day when I go for a walk, I call them my little treasure hunts, and whatever's on my path through that day, let it be, you know, certain colored feathers, or if I'm down at the beach and certain seashells or things I see on the sand, like I always know they're sent to me for a reason. It just makes it a little bit more exciting. But they also are saying you've got swift progression coming soon, okay? There's movement in your life. You might not feel it, but there is. 3rd of the 10th, 10th of the 3rd. All right, let's confirm. Divine timing, what are they wanting you to trust in? Yeah, there's things being solved in the background. So this puzzle piece, this yarn energy that you're not aware of, complicated circumstances, feeling maybe a bit strung along, puzzling circumstances, feeling like you're tied up, feeling like there's problems. These problems and hassles will be released at the right time. I actually feel this collective, they're preparing something beautiful for you. Just focus on you right now. One more for that. Yeah, you might feel stuck, but things are being grounded. Truth. This is the divine timing. There's your soul contract agreement. You're still learning lessons, especially about self-love, self-appreciation. You guys have a pact together, a contract, okay? And cycles. And we had that deviation about getting stuck on the same layer. They're actually helping you here. You need to trust, okay? Just keep continuing. Closure, promise, bond, ring, it'll all come. 23 and 25 could be other important numbers here. All right, fate, karma, destiny. Oh, you got it again. It's your destiny, your person. The man, number 28, 28th of the 2nd, 28th of February, the person you know. I'm going to say boyfriend, fiance, but future-wise, yes, love interest, your masculine energy. Trust your wheel. It's out of your hands right now. You need to trust. Okay, so this anchor, you are unnecessarily stressing. That was my deviation. You're stressed about things you don't need to be stressed about. illness, fatigue, stress, anxiety, worry, restless, lost, and remember I said no, you're just overwhelmed in the mind. You have fear over a lot of aspects. They're saying, why are you focusing on that? You create your reality. Okay. 23. That's an important. You got 23 for the yarn, and 23rd of the 7th, 23rd of July. Okay. Oh, so this Scythe, Moon, Sun energy, Lion. Oh, majestic. Your self-esteem. It's your pride and ego getting in the way right now. You're going to overcome these difficulties. You, again, back to trust in divine and your wheel. Your heart is centering. You both have a devotion. You might not see it right now, but they're balancing out your scales. I'm seeing with this fair and just, the justice scales. Wow, so you've got movement when it comes to beginnings, innocence, brand new, a new perspective, child. There could be a child 13th of the 10th, could be a birthday here, 13th of the 3rd. Especially if you've had intuition about, I always say, you know, when your spirit baby has chosen you, we all choose our vessel, our parents, you end up having a dream about a magical child. Sometimes they even enter as a teen. You have a dream of them as a teenager. There's a reason this is coming to my mind for this collective. Maybe you've had a dream about a child and you woke up and you knew, you were like, that's my future child. Had a dream about a girl. One more. Strength, self-belief, infinite potential. Tame your... Oh my God, you got it twice. I have a feeling there's another male interference in your life, because I felt that with this Scythe as well. Not just this person, let it be conflict with a sibling, a parent. Maybe you have someone, you could have two people here as well, love interest, that you're not aware of. But I'm also hearing, side note, you could have a child connected to a past relationship as well, that... because I'm just looking at this ship that's causing a few grievances, or maybe there's something you need to focus and have a new perspective with that person. There's something that needs strength. So let's say it's a past connection you share a family with, like children. There's something here that needs to be guided and, okay, strength over this situation. Also, I'm hearing it could be two people in the background you're not aware of. Okay, one could be in your life, I guess, and then also the family or siblings. Okay, but clouds, don't sit in your clouds, trust. Out of all of these cards, the most important are your two divine cards. You need to release, surrender, okay, and this row here, the sun, moon, and focusing on the right energy and your positivity and not stressing about things. You're protected. Okay. All right, let's really break this down now. Actually, before I just want to get you one surrender card from the universe, what you need to focus on surrendering. I'm hearing that obsessive thinking. And your scarcity, that things aren't going to come in. Release it. The universe is asking you to be open to the infinite nature of abundance, because you're creating blocks by doing this. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Stop having fear things are going to not come in or suddenly go into destruction. You're blocking your threads, saying stop. Focus on your crown. Do some crown meditation and activation right now. Your crown chakra. So crown hertz is your highest, so it's normally about the 920 hertz. As your chakras go down, the hertz lower. Okay, so you need to do the up above connection, 920. I think they do like 888 and stuff online on YouTube, but that's the hertz you need. They're normally very high pitch ones. Oh, so true. So true. With your trust in divine timing, allow, and the wheel. Trust in divine timing. Sometimes timing may differ from your ego's timing because they see, you don't see. It's our creator, God's plan, whoever you believe to be up there, not your plan. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust in the universal flow of life. Surrender to effortlessness. Stop trying to force the river. Let the river flow. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Truth. Let it be. Just focus on you. Your willpower, your mental discipline, the things you can control that are in your hands, not the things that are out of your hands. Don't let that consume your mind and heart. You're creating abundant blocks. Okay, surrender to the wonder and awe, your little treasure hunts, your daily walks, or whatever it is. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonderment of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy and flow. Truth. Okay, let's get into it. So let's see this person's true emotion and intention right now. Just from your energy, I think there's still, I know we got the ship. Anyway, let's just get this first. Okay. Them right now, their emotion. So constant burn flipped out, just like you. Oh, they're going over. The abandonment. So they're reflecting. They could be feeling abandoned in some aspects of their life as well. It could be going over what they've done to you, but I actually feel this person's feeling. Remember, I always say they need their behavior reflected back to them. So if this person's, accustomed to unfortunately doing this to people, they're a little bit hot and cold right now over this movement. So, okay, those three together, I think they do think about moving, but they go over the damage. Oh my God, why am I hearing this? I'm going to say it. They threw away a diamond for a rock. I've never heard that in a reading before. Maybe they're going over a decision they made. I think this person's still a little bit worried about your reaction to things. I want one more for hot and cold, please. Wow, so they're getting signs, and I think they try and push them away. I think you're following them around right now. Your name, your birthday, consecutive synchronized numbers, your scent, certain songs. I think they get frustrated with it. Oh God, so you're gifted. Well, all my divines are gifted. So when I see this, you could be a tarot reader, you could be a psychic medium. But when I see this card, I always see you've called this person on certain things that they denied that were true. So it's like, some truths here that they know they need to unfortunately come to the table with, which I just think the way this person abandoned you, the way they left you, again, I just heard they threw away a diamond for a rock. So I think this person did some silly things here that I don't even think you're aware about, the right collective, or you've been gaslighted to think that you were incorrect. It's intense for them right now. This is the love. They could go over the way that they spoke to you, but I think it's the intensity. Remember, another main message here is you're both running low. Your batteries are running out right now. I think they have an explosion of emotion. And I'm not going to lie, I just heard this. Maybe this person got a reading. which isn't normally masculine energy. They don't normally do that. They're normally silent watchers, or they do get readings, but it's very rare. But I heard it. And also their intuition right now, and if you're being called to focus on your masculine energy, they might be called to be focusing on their feminine energy, which means they have an oracle high themselves. So maybe some of their gut instincts or thoughts have started to come to fruition as well in their life. Abandonment, mirrored. Whoa, that's not good. One, confirming, I feel there's things in their life they're getting a reflection of their behavior. But two, I think there's I'm seeing that chaser card. I feel this person has moments of feeling abandoned by you, which means they're holding on to blame. I want one more for that. Ghosted. So maybe they've just been ghosted in their life. Again, the diamond for the rock, but also the way they ghosted you, they're reflecting on. Okay, but also there could have been a moment they thought that I didn't feel that for this collective, I'm going to be honest. I feel you've been, my collective, always very open to them and very, hey, whatever's going on with this abandonment, they are reflecting on their bad behavior. It's making them go within and understand it's not good to be treated this way. That's good. So underneath synchronicity is divinely protected. So they are connected, but I think they try and push it away with this hot and cold. Okay. That's good. They're healing. There is movement in their healing journey, which means they're activated. I think this person's so overwhelmed. I think they're more reflecting on their decisions and what's happened here. We don't have I love you, red thread. We do have this intensity of emotion, but I think it's more regret and sadness and overwhelm and guilt and I think this person's being very hard on themselves. Oh, there you go. You got twin flame underneath psychic abilities. So one, you could talk about this stuff, but two, they're starting to trust in this. That's good. That's good. They have a knowing. Okay. But maybe this is why it's all kind of snowballing in their life. Certain actions and behaviors here. They're like you. The intensity confuses them. They've got static in their mind. One more. And you got that as well. They're trying to reach. So you both, that's where your threads are mucking up. And that's why your universe is asking you to be positive and not focus on the negative. Because just how you were trying to reevaluate and da-da-da-da-da, they feel this intensity and they're trying to shift it just like you, and it gets them confused. One more. Especially with the damage here. Oh, that's a few. And now the secrets, so the things that are hidden. Blast from the past, they do want to return. They're reminiscing. They're going through nostalgia. They are watching you right now. So just be on top of what you're posting. Be careful because they're in your social media. They're lurking. But the cosmos are triggering them. There's divine intervention. There's cosmic triggers taking place in their life, which means they've got some full circle moments going on. So just how you are stressed about other things, so are they. Let's actually see what's going on for them in life, and then we will get their intent. Wow, the bloody... Oh my God, stop it. So they've got the dolphin, number 12. That could be a sign as well. Effective communication. So they're going over communication, but unconditional. You got the divine knot. 24th of the 12th, Christmas Eve could have been an important memory. Unconditional love, legendary, they're going over union. I didn't feel that in this part. Eternal love, infinity, enduring, connected, a love of a lifetime. So they are wanting to harmonize this. But effective communication, it weighs them down. It's the honesty. So they go within, retreat, hermit. They're trying to find peace and resolve. I always say that hermit, sometimes we feel like we're on such a dark path, we fail to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I do think this is a main focus for them, but there's some things, this could be going on for a year or more with the lack of communication. We felt that with the dice. They're really analytical, they're stuck in their mind, they're trying to focus on work right now, but they're very critical, picky. They're going over things that it's really overwhelming them. They feel stuck, but they're not stuck, just how you're not stuck. They're starting to ground if they know it or not, but they know they need to be dopeful when it comes to this. Maybe this person's not ready to put in consistency. They keep falling back to a realistic approach instead of trusting the emotion they feel. They're duty bound. They could have responsibilities in their life that they just think they can't remove. Whoa! You got the leap of faith. They're trying to, they want to change the direction on this. And then this, the eagle, they're starting to see certain truths. 19th of the 5th could be an important memory, birthday. They're trying to come into new hope, clear vision, perspective. They're going over the past, present, and future. Makes sense why they're reflecting on the abandonment, the ghosting, the intensity. You both are going through that. You both are reflecting and going over details that you had missed in the past. All right, Dolphin. Oh, they think life's working against them. So they want this new beginning. Okay? They want to harmonize this, but it feels like life's working against them. They're being tested with their persistence. New things on the horizon. Do they know this? No. They're going over the repeated cycles here that you guys have shared, but they want to make their dreams a reality. But again, it's like they feel luck is not on their side right now. New beginnings through this desire. They could be going over your sexual chemistry. That's about sex and procreation, that card as well. And you had children in your part. Unconditional love, the divine knot. But there's obstacles and they know it. So isolation, maybe they think you're standoffish right now. This has been a long time, but there's literally like an island between you, and that's what they're reflecting on. Number 21. It's like they're like you. They believe and they don't believe. How could it be? Look what's happened. Hermit. Oh, baby steps. Do they know it? No. 17. That could be important. Process of arrival. Everything I say is for a reason. I think they're on a dark path right now and they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's there. Baby steps, progress, keep going. Spiritual growth, and I do believe they're growing step by step. What do they feel stuck with? There you got the same child card. There is something here about children, okay, that they're reflecting on. Beginnings, innocence, new perspective. They are coming into a new perspective. Is it there? Not just yet. Is it transitioning? Yes, it is. I think they're really overwhelmed. They're trying to find excuses for their emotion, but this collective, you're doing the exact same thing. You're literally mirroring. Where's this leap of faith? I think this is what's coming. I don't think they've... I didn't feel that with this. I felt like they were... Yes, you got blast from the past. It's there, but I don't think they have the strength just yet. I'm going to have to get another deck quickly. Leap of faith. Epiphany. It's going to come. So they will get the an aha moment, a discovery, a breakthrough, a reveal, enlightenment, epiphany, illumination. They will. I don't think it's here just yet. They want to be... Maybe they feel they're in competition with you as well, which scares them. 15th of the 5th. 26th of the 5th. 26th of this month. They're on a crossroads. So because of they're stuck. Okay. Crossroads journey, multiple choices, weighing up the options. This person's an overthinker, just like you. Oh, one more. It's like they're not ready to take a divine feminine. So you need to work on your divine masculine. They need to work on their divine feminine. Okay, I just want one more deck because I got a different feeling from this deck when I was reading that. Alright, let's just get a couple of these and I'll get their intention. Sultai, Chaser. So they're going over the abandonment, the missed opportunity here. I always feel connected to you. Inseparable. So you are a main focus right now for them. Soul contract. Last one. Self-love, but their insecurities come over them. So I think it's like you, a lot of fear when it comes to one another right now, especially this person on how to approach you. I think this person's actually quite scared of rejection. Let's just see their intention. And look what that stood on, self-love. They do need to work on their self-love. Learning to forgive oneself and others, healing their inner child with shadow work, recognizing the triggers that have affected them from moving forward. So the penny's starting to drop for them. But they're juggling. I don't think this is a movement card. This reading's finding you more to clear out your thought pattern and stop feeding into the negativity. Okay, it's about surrendering right now. They're going over the differences. Because they're having to work on their self-love. It's like this person wants to move forward towards you, but to help them stay away because of their insecurities, they're going over the blocks. And true divines, you all have a societal issue. So yours could be religion, spiritual factors, the age difference, sexuality, marriages. You guys have, again, true divines, you're meant to teach unconditional love. Love is love, but this person still goes over the obstacles. Our differences drove us apart, and it angered me that you didn't understand where I was coming from. So they're still in a little bit of victim mentality, even though they're reflecting on how they've treated you. There's still an excuse. I did this, but because you did that, that's not good. And this is why the universe is protecting this and telling you, just trust. Okay. It still pains me we can't come to an agreement because we love each other so much. And then juggling. So number 12, number 65, I'm having a hard time processing what happened between us and juggling my own personal responsibilities. That was a big thing before. They are really overwhelmed with responsibilities, and you, without you knowing, intuitively you're picking up on it because you think certain responsibility, that anchor card that we were explaining about you, I need time and space to deal with everything. But then I think they start to fret about the time and space. It's like this person just doesn't believe they're ever going to be good enough to stand by your side. It's sad. Telepathy, so telepathically connected, but unawake. So they're not completely awakened yet. They're just starting to transition. Or maybe as well, because these two are together, maybe they do have moments, especially if you haven't seen their progression. You haven't seen how they've been evolving. Maybe they don't even believe in their growth. That was a big point for you guys, to take periodic assessments. Sometimes we're healing for so long, we don't even feel we're bloody healing. You need to take time of reflection. I feel you through everything. The things I touch, the images I see, the voices I hear, we are connected throughout the universe. But this is hot and cold. The signs, the synchronicities, and this makes sense with this. It's like they don't believe in their spiritual evolution. And that means they're still around very programmed people. It's like when they're by themselves, I feel this person feels such depth of connection. When they're in their environment, when they're in I feel they're in a mundane job. I went to go say when they're in their mundane job, everything I say is for a reason. It's like that magical bubble they sit in when they're in solitude. It's like it gets popped and it's like they're snapped back to reality. So as much as they think about you, they think about the obstacles more at the moment. And again, this is why the universe is keeping this person and you away from each other right now. 2 more. But there it is. They will. They know they need strength. And this is why they're focusing on their responsibilities. Divine Masculine. They want this you just need to be patient with. I'm working on my Divine Masculine side where they actually need to work more on their feminine side right now. You need to work on your masculine. They need to work on their empathy, understanding, compassion. I need to be more assertive, confident, and speak up for myself. I can no longer bow out of things and situations when I become fearful. Big focus for this, right, collective, what you need to do. But fight for what I love, and that is you. We need to let our issues go and work through our struggles by recognizing what went wrong and how we both played a part in it. I love you too much to let you go. So this is what needs to happen. Right now, they are taking accountability, but there's still a bit of blame. Let's get one more for these two. 40 and 46. Confirmation. They're not here just yet. This is what they're focusing on. I want one more for that. They're not there. Divine timing. Trust in the divine. You've got to stop focusing on them. You've got to focus on yourself. There's a certain memory, and maybe the divine is even saying with divine timing, these months, write these down from June to August to September. Maybe that's when this really starts to transition. Okay. Right now, they're stuck in this. They need to go through this. The universe is saying this could still be a few months before this activates. Normally, I see these as memories that they go over. But for these to be paired with us confirming this, it's like the universe is saying this isn't coming in anytime soon. So you need to focus on you and what you can control. And July was sticking out a lot, so it could be July. Write that down. Okay. I just quickly want to get these 20 cards. What energy you need to focus on, releasing or having belief in. And then I might just get... I don't want to... Anyway, let's see how this goes. So I'm going through a physical, emotional, you both are. You're going through ascension symptoms. But unfortunately, when you're ascending or you're rebirthing, you guys focus on one another and it ends up putting fear here. You've just got to go through what you can control right now. Biggest thing, you've got to stop focusing on this person. I need space to rest from... I need space to rest, but from a higher perspective, I'm releasing old energy. You both are. Number 10. Our love will manifest through the union of heart and mind, where you're not just there. Neither of you, you're confused, you have static, you have fear. So the universe is 6th of the 10th, 10th of the 6th, memory or birthday. The universe is saying your heart and mind is not balanced you're still in separation frequency. You're not in union frequency. Because again, there's too much focus on external, not internal. Expanding these areas allows our love to grow. It's really hard, I get it, to have blind faith and belief when there's no movement. You're literally holding on to hope, I get it. But that's what this journey is meant to teach you, true surrender and having blind faith in the unknown, in that unicorn energy. Just because you can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not real. Look at how much you guys are reflecting. You feel their overwhelm. They feel your overwhelm. Old patterns are resurfacing. We project our patterns onto each other, as we said it, and this makes it difficult to see what is real and what is fear-based thinking. Whenever they come over you, 6-6, whenever they come over you, You need to be prompt. You need to be on top of your thought pattern. Release with certainty, not with fear. I know you're my person. I know you're my divine. Time does not affect me. I hope you're well. I hope you're healing. Whatever the case, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to affirm, that's what you need to focus on. Another union one. I'm trying to understand how our thoughts create our reality. That was a big point. I know I need to stay positive for you. Enough said. Release. Union is an energy. As we said, get out of separation energy into union energy. Union is an energy, not a physical construct. You think by this person coming in, you're in union. You create your own union. Train horn. Confirmation. Even when we aren't together, I feel our union. And you can see you two. You are literally mirroring each other's fear. 8th of the 9th, 9th of the 8th, you who be born in 89. Let's just get one more. 2 more. Karmic ties. Karmic energy. Our shadow. I'm feeling controlled by the people around me, which they need to sever, okay? And I said that before. It's like they go into their mundane life and their magical bubble gets popped. They don't have the right company around them right now, and I don't like it. I'm pushing myself to find my power again. So you could be reflecting this with family members, friends. Remember, you have a masculine energy around you that seems very off right now. I want to know everything about you, but I hold myself back. I'm afraid from asking because your touch will destroy me. The emotion's here, but it doesn't matter. 666. Who cares? Focus on peace. Focus on your internal union. And remember this card. Out of all the cards, truth. Union is an energy, not a physical construct. Even when we aren't together, I feel our union. You are always one. Just because they're not in the same room as you. Okay, I wanted to get tarot, but I don't think this collective, you need it. Mission. We incarnated together to clear our Pacific patterns for our ancestral bloodlines. It's not about them. It's about you right now. And being about you right now means they'll be about them and start removing their obstacles. I want to see what they need to focus on releasing right now. So complete healing. They're not completely there. They're halfway in. This will not be allowed to enter your energy until they really focus on this, and you yourself would need to focus on a little bit more of internal healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support you. They're trying to push it away, the hot and cold, your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Denial, and you've got denial in your energy, so there's still, you're both being protected here. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties, then you can see things clearly and make better decisions. So they've got blocks in their life that they need to see through these people. Them always needing to be right, the blame game. That's not going to work here. Too much damage. Give others the gift of letting them be right too. By yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. They're trying to defend their bad behavior for your actions. That's not right. And they need to have more joy in their life. They're sad. And this collective, you're sad. So if this is what they need to surrender, remember, reflections, mirrors, what in your area can you focus more on to help them with their confidence, their solar? They're not confident in life. They're not confident with their actions. They're not confident with their decisions. They're not confident in the power of this love just yet. What can you focus on? Okay. And they're frustrated. They're intolerant. They're thin-skinned. Their life isn't going the way it's meant to, in their mind, how they've envisioned it should go. That's their own issue. Wow, that's way too many, but Cupid's arrow will strike when it's meant to. Believe. That's too many there. Oh my God, manifesting a miracle. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Just trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Not your mind, your heart. Your heart knows. Your mind puts static in you. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Stop thinking about them. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Maybe you need to get down to the ocean. Go skinny dip under the moonlight. Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at the present. Just enjoy it. So if you've got a magnetic, seductive energy, focus on positivity, you create your reality. Okay, last one. Power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. You yourself need to fix things in your life to give them power to walk away from things that are not serving them either. Okay. Okay. You got the little mushroom. Maybe a mushroom just popped up in your garden, but I hope you're not doing any psychedelic. Well, to each their own. To each their own. But I always say, this stuff you don't need, but you could have, or you want to do that. But a windfall will come quicker than you expect. Quicker than you expect. Watermelon, find your childlike innocence again. Watermelon colors, so that coral and green. It's about finding your childlike spark. Do things that make you joyous. Do things that put you on that adventure. How just you need a bit of sparkle in your soul. They need to find the same. And you could be eating a watermelon, or maybe you've been craving watermelon. You know, watermelons in Egyptian mythology were truly magic. So maybe you, or Greek mythology, they use a lot of fruit for magic. So we've even got avocado here. Maybe you work with fruit when you do certain rituals, but watermelon, very powerful, very powerful. So if you've had intuition to use watermelon in your rituals, do it. Lightning, quicker than you'll know. This could come in through a storm. You got the double lightning whammy there. It's going to come in rapidly, unexpectedly. But you both need a bit of a sparkle and an ignition in your soul right now. Don't sit in doom and gloom. Magic surrounds you both. The Venus star. Maybe when it comes in, that Venus star will be shining very bright near our moon. O. Completion, 0. E and S. Avocados. Could love avos. You know what? You can make avocado tea as well with the seeds. They're very good for your nervous system and relaxation. Maybe you're changing your diet because we've had a few fruit things come out. Maybe you're a vegan or a vegetarian. But I always say special people, especially in our mind, processed food, it's really bad. Even coffee can just create a lot of anxiety. So if you've had intuition to clean up your health routine, or maybe start eating whole foods, or, you know, trying more of a plant-based diet, give it a go. But a new beginning in love will come just at the right time. Remember, it's divine timing, not your ego's timing. Important dates, so especially dates coming up between June and September. Write these down if this whole reading resonated. All right, 15th of the 6th, 15th of June, 13th of June, 4th of June. June's clearly important. Oh my God, you got 666 again. That's a really beautiful twinny number. Okay, 10th of the 4th, 4th of the 10th, 10th of the 6th, 6th of the 10th. 16 by itself, 3rd of the 2nd, 2nd of the 3rd, 23rd of the 7th. Okay, 23rd of July. That came out in a card as well. 14th of the 7th, 4th of the 7th. It's funny, the first roll a lot of June, this roll a lot of July. June and July could be very important. And then 4th of March or the 3rd of April. All right, my loves, I love you guys, and I hope you have an amazing evening. See you.